Oh, no, not cats.
Imagine a wolf swinging a stick. That's what that would be.
Yeah.
And they're so strong. They hunt in packs.
Okay, alright, you convinced me. I'm scared by you.
I'm not scared of those at all. Yeah. I live in the United States. No better than
It just got dark.
the mountain, is it?
On
I
something.
keep wanting to return. I keep like, initially I am about to there, and then
This is the bad.
well, no, now you're not.
Ooh.
Set the mood here.
What's our final price?
Okay, so what happened?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Should we recap?
We should recap.
I don't think it's
Okay. Well,
this one.
So-
last time, so since you decided to go to sleep, and you weren't here, we decided to go over the ring. Like you were so upset about the bear house. Like you're just like moving in the ring.
Oh, yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
So we all got paid at some point in the first. And so if we leave, we suddenly become like stricken with pain all over our bodies. Basically, it's just like stop leaving the food.
Entire game session, we're like separated.
And there was a dagger that was running around bouncing around, killing people. So if you pull it out, it poof, disappears. It appears inside your chest.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay. So Andy got it. Or Baylor got it back. He didn't die, don't worry.
And then we got we had to do the chef that shot out in that powder. It was the coolest, one of the coolest characters we had. He had this like powder that would freeze his work, so he could come back to it. Yeah, exactly. Like it was like a fancy concoction like that, and then he had this other one that would heat stuff up. We stole it. We stole that powder. That's all.
I know. I was like, I felt sorry for the guy because he was nice. He helped us out. And then Tyler's like stealing money everything. I'm like, don't take everything.
We saved his life though.
Okay. But I also got some weird views.
And we saved a orb from his house.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So he threw it at me.
But
I just like fire.
oh, and we also, I guess you don't know what we did. We saw that she was being for the first time.
No way.
Yeah.
How was it?
Was it creepy?
Oh snap. We gotta exercise.
Because it was like the dagger goes into something and like pull it out, it disappears, otherwise it stays there. So like don't pull it out, but then you get over by like I don't know, the dagger like once you pull it out. So it's like you have to do the saving roll, whatever. Anyway. Whoa.
Yeah, so that's the first time once that anyone was around. You turn like speakers off of one of your.
No. Echo. Hello.
Got worse when I started.
How that?
But now we can't hear him at all.
Why don't we try putting sound on that one?
Can't hear me at all.
No.
Well, I feel like there's much more on. So show me each one.
This is mine. This is mine.
That's your
Only one camera is plugged into mine.
Right, and then two cameras are here.
Yes.
Are both of them muted? One of them.
So
Probably.
they're not only one of them is through this video looking out. The other one is OBS.
Oh, wait. Mute all of his. Because strong speakers have zero problems with his audio. Anything that's plugged into yours. I also noticed you're using your laptop.
So the audio capture.
Yeah, the audio capture which we might be doing.
What now?
No. But now there's no audio on OBS. So you add the audio back.
What's the oven title?
The what?
There's something going off in there. Alright. Can we,
We try that.
hold on. This is muted, that's muted.
Is your laptop muted?
Yeah.
Hey, is it echoing now? Yeah.
I don't hear any echo. There's your echo for me.
But we don't have audio in OBS now. But it didn't go away when you stopped that, so can we add an audio back to OBS?
Huh.
We got anything? We got it?
Is any
No.
sound coming through that one?
No. Not at all.
So nothing's coming out and it's not receiving sound.
Yes.
And this one is shooting out sound.
It is shooting out sound. I don't think that's...
That's pretty funny, actually.
Oh, actually, remember we did this one time and we spent a whole bunch of time wasting.
How about now?
No. We spent a bunch of time and then all of a sudden we just decided to hang up and call again. And
Yeah,
it just
that's
fixed
what I'm
itself.
thinking. We just hang up and call again.
Yeah, just hang up and call again real quick.
Unplugged it.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Because that worked one time.
I'm gonna...
Can you send
Hold on. We're still echoing. The fact that we're still echoing means it's.
Is there something else open on yours?
It's gotta be the camera. Like, this is
Do we
picking up
wanna,
itself.
Switch cameras and maybe, if maybe it's that one
Yeah, like that.
versus
But
because that's the one that's been dropped a million times and is all loose and stuff.
Oh, who keeps dropping it every time?
It's not me.
Fargo.
What button do I hit?
yeah, I'm fairly confident.
Here, unplug. Or not even unplug. Just switch these around. Well, and then. And we'll see if that helps.
Hello. Nope. Why is it picking me
Well,
up
I don't
at
even.
all?
Where is audio even coming from? Because there's nothing that should be giving audio.
Right there.
Oh, no, why?
So what is open on yours that is producing this audio?
Yeah, that's the smoking gun. Is it OBS? No.
I don't know.
Why yeah.
Because there shouldn't be anything open right now that's...
Can you just mute your laptop? Here, mute your laptop and see what happens.
Hello?
Hello.
Well, yeah, it's coming through his.
Does that need to be producing sound? Why can't we produce all our sound through yours?
I don't know.
Exactly, that's the point. So mute that laptop and then unmute that one.
Okay.
Because I think your laptop has always given us problems with picking up sound, and there's a specific.
Do the call?
there's a gosh, what's the term? A driver that will sync up audio and mics. And so what it does is, as you
It's
speak,
abdomen
it like
button, right?
mutes the thing, and then it goes. Otherwise, you would get feedback just talking on your cell phone or doing anything.
So immediately mute yours.
Fascinating.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Look at that.
Hello.
Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Perfect.
Are we still? So we had to adjust our cameras. Are we still like pointed
Yeah.
at everyone?
I see.
he's-
Hold on. Will you go to OBS and see where this is pointing?
Nothing, Cassie. Or select.
Okay, so go back to here.
It's probably on this. It's gonna be
Hold
on this.
How do you change which camera?
On
This looks
computer?
different.
you like have to tell it to turn camera on. Or something.
Because we switched these cameras around. Better?
Mm. Yeah, but now I don't see. Wait, no, that's good. Okay. Let's see. You guys are here, and you guys are here. Yeah, that's good.
Cool. Okay. And then let's. Which screen do we want Adam here and then the minis there?
Let's do this.
Done.
Yay! Okay, cool.
I love Halloween. You get the greatest.
Love that.
I think it was really cool.
Golden
Everyone's like, do you want to put that away with the Halloween stuff? I'm like, no.
I don't. I want that all the time.
But in my office always.
I don't know how many immovable rods I have now.
You have two.
2 immovable rods?
You have 2 immovable rods,
And my phone.
and that's not because that's the maximum amount that you have. That's the amount that you have available from where we're starting. So, what just happened?
Can we
Um,
make sure OBS is all where it should be?
What?
We're listening.
Sorry, it's stormy.
Okay.
You
So,
can continue.
the way that you basically left the town that you've just been spending time at
Mm-hmm.
was in the favor of the Duke. And after raiding the magic kitchen supplies of Duke the chef, who's the Duke's chef, but his name is Duke. It's very confusing.
The Duke Chef.
I thought it was Baron.
Oh, Baron? No, you're right. You're right. The
Baron
title of
chef.
the guy was not Duke. I'm thinking of who you're working for now. So it was the Baron was the leader, the nobleman of the town, and his chef's name was Baron. That's
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you for this is no notes, so it's a little hard for me to remember a little bit of the details. I'll get better.
So is he a Duke, a chef, or a baron?
So what you guys will be doing, kind of like we'll do like a couple of wrap-up scenes, and then we'll transition you to like kind of return media res, where you guys are off screen. Do you see the picture of the minis anymore?
No, so it just has like the little, like it's connected, but it's not showing video.
I got it.
There it is. Cool.
Okay, so we're going to start you off in the forest, but we're going to do a couple scenes to like bring everything to that point. What happened late at night or really early in the morning with your party after saving the Baron was you went back to sleep, which was weird because in the middle of the night basically, Jack was reawoken by not one but 2 people desperately pulling on his finger, trying to get out of the ring, as Eviana and Timid are a little claustrophobic, tight spaces. Timid's fully healed now that he's kind of been in his ring for a long rest, but that means he took his long rest a couple hours earlier than you guys, so he's like up in the middle of the night. But you guys awake in the morning, and all 5 of you make your way to try to find Shen. And because he's your ticket out of here, he's your new employer, as you are commissioned to go hunt down these sound portals for him. So, as you make your way through the streets of this town that you've basically saved.
Oh yeah, I just remembered because I saw in here. I now own that dagger that vanished and appeared in people.
Oh yeah, and
But
remember.
it's been decursed.
Yeah, so it's like a fake killing, right?
Yeah.
So now you can, if you stab somebody with it, it makes it look like they died, but they're fine.
Oh, that's great April Fool's prank.
Yeah,
Yes,
and like they
it's,
take no
the way,
damage.
the way that I described it was that the amount of blood that comes from you stabbing someone will just like an explosion of red, just
Wow.
kind of like in The Shining when the blood comes down the elevator, just everywhere, all the room.
Will anyone actually believe it?
Well, I mean, the dagger appears, just like how it used to disappear and reappear in a new victim. It uses that kind of magic to look like it's embedded in someone.
Wow.
But the amount of blood produced, if you were there at that moment, would be kind of like just ridiculous amounts of blood.
Wow. Maybe they would die from the placebo effect. Heart attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's staged off scene, maybe in a different room, but the amount of blood produced from it is so it drenches everything. The person that gets stabbed, the person that's doing the stabbing, just.
I like it. That's neat.
I realize, I don't know what scenario would call for just having tons of blood magically appear out of nowhere, but
Yeah.
this tool would be great for that.
You never know. But
Is it
I'm
actual
like
blood?
full of leeches.
I know it's just blood. Alright,
okay, but sorry, continue on.
so where's Shen? What are we doing? Where am I?
So, you are finally, after spending 20-30 minutes of wandering these random alleys because you're looking for a bookshop in the middle of this adventuring town that you visited before. And I believe it's Boris's Books is the name of the establishment that you're looking for. It was the magic bookstore where you met Shen the first time in the city. And you finally find it, and as you grab this silver turtle shell door handle and turn it and open it up, you can actually hear Shen and Boris having a conversation somewhere deep in the aisles. And what you hear is, as you make your way in, is this conversation. You hear the thick accent of Boris, and he's just kind of muttering to himself, and Shen in very patient, calm tones is reiterating this point over and over. He says, Boris, you need at least pretension, or you need to at least present your store with a place where you actually sell the books, where you collect money and you wrap up their books and you give them the book. You run a bookstore, and you hear this thick, rough voice saying, "You are under misconception, friend. This is not bookstore. This is Boris's books. These are my books. No one takes these books away from my books." As you make your way in, you come to a small bookshelf that has no books on the top, so it's like a waist-high bookshelf, and you see Boris kind of leaning over talking to Shen as they kind of edge some books aside to create a blank space for them to talk. And Boris looks over at you guys and he's like, well, I still don't like the idea. I don't like you guys just using my bookstore as some sort of magic gateway door thing. And Shen says, you don't understand. it's necessary. I wouldn't put you under this imposition otherwise. And he looks over at all of you gathered party, and he says, "Oh, finally. Well, wonderful. We need to egress. We need to leave this town soon. We have some places to be, and now that I finally collected the map maker and all of you, we can depart."
Let's go.
All right.
I take a book off the shelf and I start to read it, but of course I can't read and I don't really know its letters, so I have it like upside down.
Okay. As you handle this book and roughly flip pages quickly because no one page has any significant meaning to you, you come
They're the
across
pictures.
very intricate diagram of these kind of mesmerizing, flowing runes that seem to just kind of draw your eye deeper and deeper into this elaborate illustration. Go ahead and roll, let's say, an intelligence roll here.
Oh, I rolled an actual 1, but I have negative something intelligence.
So you critically fail on this.
Wow.
The voices around you just slowly get quieter, and you are just mesmerized by the intricacies of these runes, and you just find yourself almost like in another place, like another time almost, where there is incorporeal passage of moment to moment.
Great.
And then you feel this presence behind you that is getting darker and deeper, and behind you it feels like there's this presence that is looming and is getting closer to you, but you can't. You're no longer in the bookstore in your mind. You've just kind of followed these intricate patterns, but you're feeling this sense of dread as you hear a voice very close to your ear saying, "Put it back."
Do I put what back? What are you talking about?
As you come out of your stupor, you shut the book quickly and look around, like, put what back? You see the diminutive form of this ancient man kind of hunched over, and his brow is almost folding over his eye as he kind of tries to give you the stink eye. He's like, "You know what you need to put back."
No.
Dang it, Timmy.
Just put your book.
Just put your book back, man.
I say, this is a good book. This must be why they like to read. Indubitably.
I don't even know what that
We're never
word
gonna go
means.
anywhere.
He looks at your book. He looks at the title, which is upside down, and he looks up at you again. He's like, "This is not a library, and the books need to stay on the shelf."
What's a library?
You say indubitably, but you don't know library.
Definitely.
Indubitably.
That's a good word.
There we go. So Boris's patience is wearing thin, and he looks over at Shen and he says, "Can you guys? I mean, I guess you can use the door. Just go. Just go."
Oh.
Shen gathers you all up and is like, "All right, guys, let's get out of here." You guys going with Shen?
Onward.
Yeah, I'm going with Shen.
Let's
I
go.
don't know what he's gonna do with that book.
I want out of this town.
Yeah, I'm done. I want to level up. I'm getting sick of being level 3. I want to be level 4.
Shen looks at you like, "Okay, yep, we'll work on that."
Sick of it. We've been level 3 for way too long. Alright, I'm going through the doorway. I'm in. I'm done.
As the door opens, it was early morning, but now you're in a late afternoon environment in a very kind of cold climate town. It's a very crisp day. It has there's the sound of chickens and people running through the streets. This is cobblestone. It's not that weird sand that's covering a giant demon encased in crystal. It's a very rundown kind of alleyway. As you look back on the door that you just exited, there's no door there. It's just gone.
So Harry Potter.
What was that?
Is this Diagon Alley?
You are in a Diagon Alley-esque kind of squalid English alleyway
Really?
kind of feel. It seems much colder than you would expect England to be, more like a mountainous kind of town. As you look up and around, the smaller buildings, the taller buildings are only like a couple of stories, but above them, beyond them, is a peak to a mountain, just a couple of days travel away. As Shin kind of ushers you out here, he looks over at Balo and mentions to him, kind of under his breath, but enough for the rest of you to hear, that that's actually, let's see, it's called, that's actually Stonetooth Mountain. I thought you would appreciate seeing it and knowing it for what it is. Balo gets kind of a stunned expression, where he seems like that meaning, or that term, that name for that mountain is a little bit full to him than you guys. The map maker, who was very quiet this whole time while all of you were ushering through the door, was the last one out, and he actually turns to you guys, and let's see, everyone roll perception. So roll a d20.
Nice.
5.
7.
Wait, I got
16.
Critical fail. I am not here right now.
Do you ever recreate your bird?
Yeah.
So, Leia, that's you, right? 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So Leia, you see the map maker first and what he's holding, and you actually snatch it as he's about to proffer it kind of to the center of the group, and you have a new map, which I have just dragged into your text, our group text.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, hey!
Sweet girl.
Yeah.
I like your hat.
This
Is that a princess bike helmet? That's awesome.
Who are you guys talking to? Hi, Clara. Everyone can see you. What do you got in your hands? Beads?
Magic.
Hey.
Hi, Clara.
Say hi. Let me
Hi.
get you a camera right here. What
See
you
ya.
doing in here? Oh, okay. You gonna go out and play now?
I already will.
Are you gonna go to the store?
Oh my gosh, really cute.
Go with mommy.
Where's mommy Leo?
Wherever mommy is. Okay, we'll go in the living room. Okay. Alright, so.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you guys saw her before I did because of the camera angle.
Yeah.
Oh, the tree fell over in the woods.
Oh no.
Did it make a sound?
No.
It actually probably didn't. Okay. So what you guys have in the text is an additional map that was drawn by the map maker. So it's incredibly detailed. It has elevations, trees. You can see, pretty much everything is like a bird's eye view of this mountain range. And Shen looks at all of you and says, we will resolve this curse that's been placed on you once we get into my my employer's town. Once we return back to his kingdom. Well, I guess it's not the kingdom. It's more of a dukedom. But once we return to his estates, we will resolve this curse. But for now, there is a sound portal that I need you all to investigate on, and I thought Balo would appreciate this visit to this mountain.
Poor Balo.
You guys look over onto your companion Balo. He grows quiet for a second and thinks about what he wants to say to you guys, what he wants to let on, and he relates in very brief, clipped tones that this mountain is where the kinfolk for his slain wife, where she came from.
Whoa.
So he knows stories of this mountain, this region. He's not from there. He's never been, but she would often speak of this Stonetooth mountain and her kin, and he's very interested in visiting and wanting to go. And the fact that Shin is offering, or is having you on your second mission now to go investigate a sound portal, which all of you have experienced, and gained something out of it. So you have double reasons to go to this mountain. So you are about a 3 days trip away. The bulk of your gear, the kind of stuff that you want to take with you, that's in transit to Shen's employer's estates, will be going there. But this is kind of like a 3 day trip there, a 3 day trip back, very short trip. So I'm removing some of the kind of we have a dozen immovable rods and some other random kind of heavier gear, because you'll be doing some mountain climbing to get up.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah. So where your minis are right now is going to be where we're going to start the mission, the adventure today. And you are in your forest. You have left Shen in this small kind of beaten down town. A day's path. You are in the evening time. So we're gonna.
Oh, cool. I like to turn the lights down. Neat.
Oh, sick. Oh, I'm into that.
Whoa.
You should get a lighter to be our campfire.
Like a Zippo. It's the trivial.
Okay. Oh, that just made it completely dark. No, that's
perfect.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Cool. So as you guys gather around the campfire, wait, I have one of those too, I bet. Is it worth it? Have it reach? Just a sec.
Okay. I have the lighting, that's really cool to touch.
Yeah.
Is it like the sun?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
You're so smart, Tim.
Yeah. +7 intuition.
No, what is your intelligence? He says negative something.
It's negative. My intelligence is -1.
That's good.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know where the candle is, but that doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Okay, so right now, you guys are telling stories about a little bit more about your backgrounds. Your most recently, let's see, Timit has some weird kind of stone markings on his arms. Cassie, Leia has been spotted to have weird black smoke coming out of her eyes. And Balo, for the first time in front of all of you, has revealed that he has some weird magic chains that can restrain people from the ground, even though he's a fighter with no magic classes.
Which is cool.
So, as a group, I don't know where you guys want to start with those 3 kind of tidbits of developing interest. Maybe you should vote on which one you want to approach first.
I vote for the demon.
What demon?
Oh yeah, so I guess only you and Bela saw that.
Yeah.
So
You're possessed by a demon, right? Tell me. Tell me about your demon possession. When were you planning on telling us that we had another party
Well,
member?
it was unfortunate that you found out.
Well, are you gonna kill me? I draw my sword.
No, it's a little embarrassing, you know.
Oh.
It's just I got this demon living in me.
Okay, yeah, I get that. I mean, I peed the bed until I was 38 years old. So I get it, you know. We all
It's a funny elf thing to say. Okay. 38 years old. What are you, like 140? Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so you see, when I was a kid traveling with my mom, she was protecting this gauntlet, and I was a kid, so I touched it, and then I woke up and the entire town was burned down, and the gauntlet was on my hand, and I've
So you
heard
killed everyone?
and I've heard voices since.
So wait, hold on. The demon killed your family.
Something did, but yeah.
Hey, let's look on the bright side. At least she'll never
I,
leave you alone.
You know, it's this power that I just couldn't control, but it's getting better.
Is this something that you would like to? Does the demon want something?
I don't know. It's never said.
So your glove talks to you and tells you to do stuff, and you listen to it.
Yes, Timmy.
Huh.
Should we figure out what it wants?
Can I talk to it? I tried talking to her glove.
Hello. Arcana.
Roll Arcana. It's a 7. It's gonna be a 6.
So, the glove doesn't seem to talk back to you, but as you look at the gauntlet, you realize that this gauntlet is not like what the normal mage people, wizards, and sorcerers normally wear. This thing looks like a black knight kind of armored, fighter glove. Fully armored, black steel. But you get a sense for its role, its function, but you don't hear any voices.
No.
I'll give it a try.
I don't think he likes to talk to me.
Put my ear up to it. 14.
14 plus what?
I love that everyone knows.
My gauntlet doesn't talk.
Wait, what is it? She rolled a 14.
You rolled a 14.
Can I talk to 14?
So your Arcana sense, Eviana, you can sense that this magic in the gauntlet is complex and is ancient. Ancient in your people's perspective of ancient.
Oh, man.
And they're old.
But it does not speak to you either.
Man.
Have you tried taking them off?
Yeah.
What happened, Sir Leia, the last time you tried to take it off?
Well, it just doesn't come off.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Was there any? If I mean, we're spitballing this story as we go, and you are author as much as I am. Was there any negative consequences for you trying to take it off?
No, it just didn't come off.
Okay.
Just kind of. Most of the time, it doesn't do anything. Most of the time, I
Was
go.
it stuck on your hand, or?
Yeah.
Have you tried lube?
Yeah.
Eviana, let's see. So you don't have a particular sense of the.
What I usually do when the poop doesn't want to come out is I tear down really, really hard, and then I get onto the tree, and then I yell really loud. Oh! And then that usually gives it. Or I try to scream like a baboon.
That is what a barbarian would say.
Thank you for your input.
What were you saying, Adam, about Eviana?
Oh, so I was just mentioning that she doesn't sense any presence, good or bad, or any. You just have a sense of the magical age and the kind of complexity.
Most of the time, I don't even know he's there. It's
Does he have a name?
Just I never asked. Never thought about it.
You never thought to ask the name of the demon who, is he good? Is he a good demon?
I mean, he saved me a lot of times.
Did he save you or did he save himself?
Well, same thing.
That is definitely not the same thing.
Alright. Well, hey, maybe he can play Mindy. For down.
So, as Serleia relates her tale of this gauntlet, she also kind of puts things also in a timeline perspective, where your adventures in that kind of mushroom, like the very large mushroom areas when you slept in that area, and then again, so on your return from your first adventures together, as well as at times in the pirate ship, or like the first occasions where you were actually getting the sense that there was an entity. Because before, when you burnt the town down with this gauntlet, like, you kind of just went out into the middle of nowhere, like, as a hermit, right?
Yep.
So you didn't get a lot of exposure with, like, some sort of being, but it was only until you met this group, and then did, like, some adventures that you tested your arcana and your capabilities that you started finding that there was some weird, shadowy presence that has associated itself with you in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess just keep us updated. And if you feel the urge to murder us, don't.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. No problem.
So I would say next, why don't we focus maybe on Timid, as he is unconsciously rubbing his arm and the new kind of stone-ish runic grooves that are in his
We
his
should
left
figure
arm
that
there.
out. We should figure out why you have
Just
stone
brace it.
runes.
What runes?
Look at your arm.
Oh.
Timid, roll a perception check.
12.
Well, you get the sense that there is something different about your arm, but I mean, you've had this arm since you were born.
I don't know.
Hilarious.
I think that can happen sometimes.
That can't happen sometimes, Timid. You have markings in your arm. They're concrete.
He's like, oh, it's a birthmark.
Okay,
Maybe
You guys
it's
got
the
3 magic, classes.
But-
Why don't you all roll an Arcana checking him out?
I'm gonna go ahead and open up my ring portal,
21.
and I'm gonna jump into the library because we got a bunch of books. Maybe there's
Yep.
something on there. Like,
Read up on it.
I'm gonna try to read up there. Maybe I spend like 30 minutes in the ring while you guys do your thing, and I'm just trying to find something. Is that reasonable, Adam?
Yeah, I would say doing some research could be a thing, and there's definitely, you have enough supplies to light the inside of your ring. You got those books still there.
I also have. Oh, I'm just gonna say right now, inside the ring, there is a torch in there, right? Like, is it
Yeah.
always dark?
It can be dark. This is not like a magic torch that is always on. It's like there's a ring embedded in the stone wall with a natural torch and
Okay.
some supplies to
I'm
light
gonna
it.
hang up an alchemist lantern.
Yeah.
So now it's always on. Boom. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, so I'm gonna
And
do some.
This lantern was picked up from where?
It was picked up from the.
I have alchemist supplies.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Wasn't it the cultists?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So in the
That
inner
wasn't
sanctum
bad.
of the cultists, one of the things that you guys decided to take was some of these alchemy lanterns that were hanging from the ceiling.
Hey, those come in handy because they're non-fiery light sources that always are on. So,
Yeah.
screw you guys for making fun of me. That's super helpful. Anyway, so I'm gonna just read up and do it. What do I do? Like roll 3 or something? What do I do?
So let's see. You're going to. I mean, it's not a performance, but you're like a bard, so you have advantage on kind of lore stuff. So I'm going to make you roll. I'm leaning towards intelligence on this one.
Okay. I don't actually have very good intelligence, but that's fine.
Okay.
I got a 12 for intelligence, and if I'm doing it, is that just a raw intelligence?
Yeah, I mean, so basically,
Okay.
you have a lot of books,
Okay.
or what books that you can save, and some of them were, in disrepair, and some of them are completely irrelevant. And as you kind of organize where you need to start your search, you grab some books, flip them open, and you're looking for the way that you decided to go about this with an intelligence score of 12 is that you've seen those marks on his arms. He doesn't seem to be aware of that, so you're going to look through these books first to see if there are any pictures that are relevant or similar.
Okay.
So you're doing a comparison. So quickly you can go through maybe a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen books as in 30 minutes looking for any similar illustrations or diagrams.
Hey, and I'm willing to spend a little bit longer here. I mean, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that right, like we're about to camp out for the evening, and this is a big topic because one of our party members has mysterious markings. So I think it's worth reading up on. So that's what I'm doing. So you guys talk amongst yourselves.
So what you determine, what you discover as you read through some of these books is that there is a region of, let's say, a nearby continent that had a culture that dealt with magics that were stone-based magics. And you found references to them, not like a book dedicated to them, but referrals that sparked your memory of the obsidian dagger that he's holding occasionally, and of the magics of this region. And you are able to put kind of 2 and 2 together, and it has something to do with a specific geography that's referred to in this book, as well as the this culture that has maybe a unique kind of stonework magic. And this dagger might have something to do with it. That's what you get out of your cursory research.
And so I know the region and stuff?
You could place it on a map, yeah.
Obsidian dagger, and then Timid one. Cool. I go and talk to Belo, and I run by all this stuff because I feel like he would be more likely to kind of get this. So anyway, I do that because he's got stone cunning and he's a dwarf and crap.
He does. He is a stone cutter and knows the works of stone cutting. And
well, he's stone cunning, so he would I don't know. He might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He finds strangely enough, Timot's arm is very similar to what he knows about stones and shaping stones and cutting stones, and it's very interesting. It seems like each time Timot adds a new mark to this, it's a larger pattern is revealing itself, and he wonders out loud if maybe there was some sort of thing that causes Timot to make a new mark, what that might be, but he seems perplexed.
Do we know when the last time we saw him cutting himself? I don't know if I've ever seen him actually cut himself.
I don't know. I think you might need to interrogate Timot, or at least ask him some questions.
Hey, Timot, where's your dagger?
Do I still have it?
You do.
Oh.
You do. It's one of those things that you always kind of have around, and you unconsciously will put it away and pull it out occasionally. But yeah, you still have it.
I pull it out and I'm looking at it.
Can I take a look real quick?
Why?
I want to see if there's any markings on there that could give us some information.
No, this is my dagger.
It is your dagger.
You got your own.
Could you put it on the ground and I won't touch it, and I'd like to look at it?
No.
Could you hold it in your hand and let me look at it?
I hold it very suspiciously, and I have a death grip on it, and I'm looking at him.
So I try to get a look at it. I don't touch it. I don't even make a move. I move very slowly. In fact, I put my hands behind my back as a gesture of goodwill.
Yeah, so behind your back, you're looking kind of just down intently at it. So as you get close to seeing this dagger, the shape that let's see, if you're cutting a rose bush, the pruners.
Yeah.
So if not open but closed, that kind of swooping shape.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of obsidian glass that was chipped, almost kind of like the way that they made arrowheads, but done in that more kind of prune-shaped swooping curve. Cool. In a dagger that's tied to a different stone handle, and it looks like it's not made to last. The twine and the stuff that's kind of putting all these elements together look like this thing is primitive, but it also has a sense of kind of age and ancientness to it.
Okay. Are there any markings on it?
There is not any markings. Like, you almost feel like this is perfect for Timid because the people who would make this kind of tool might not even have a language themselves.
Weird.
Cool dagger you
Okay.
got there, Timmy.
Yeah.
Did I see anything? Did I see anything of... Okay, so region of stone magic, obsidian dagger, timid arm stuff. I guess I just have to sit on this for a while, right? I don't know. There's no other questions I really can ask him. When was the last time you cut yourself, Timid?
I don't cut myself.
Okay, cool. Just curious.
I don't want to hurt myself or others.
Too.
So 2 of our party members are possessed by something. That's nice.
And don't forget Bela.
Oh, Brett.
Oh, is Balo?
Oh.
Yeah, Balo.
How about
shoots magic.
them Kiki chains, man? What's up with those?
So Bela looks incredibly like bashful, like one of those 7 dwarves bashful.
Oh, that's funny.
As he's a little bit more communicative in his condition, I guess. He relates to you his experiences with the sound portal, which, as far as I can remember, you guys might have discussed it a little bit, but he goes into detail describing, trying to explain what he heard and how afterwards, after that moment, he knew something no honest dwarf fighter should know, which is basically a minor necromantic incantation.
Okay. That's creepy. Your voice just went really weird.
He's 100% on your side. He's like, yes, it is the creepiest thing. It shouldn't happen. I don't like doing it. I don't like doing it in front of other people because I don't want them to think that I'm a necromancer. While you guys were on your pirate adventure and your high seas adventure, he found a small dwarven kind of ale house, which are basically like temples to his people. They don't let outsiders in typically. Then they're drinking establishments for dwarves. They're designed in a way where like anyone who's not dwarf height like finds it incredibly uncomfortable. And they only have very specific types of drafts there that dwarven folk really like. And he talked to some dwarves that he felt comfortable sharing this with, and learned and discovered, that there are these small sects and groups of individuals within the dwarven community who do practice magics and unspoken magics, but there wasn't really anyone to guide him and develop his understanding of this weird new skill he had.
Alright, well it sounds like we got 3 mysteries, and the only thing we have to go off of is region of stone magic. Is there anything that Shen said that we need to be doing right now?
Shen directed you to the mountain, the Stonetooth mountain that I sent you the map of in the text.
I don't think we got it.
You guys didn't get it?
Yeah, I didn't get a text.
No, I didn't get a text yet. I'm gonna get some water.
Can you give me some water?
Oh, it does. It says not delivered. Why would it? Here, let me try again.
Is there another hurricane?
Oh.
That would be terrible.
Like the first one, so
Okay, how about now? Oh, it says it's halfway done.
Okay. We shall
I didn't
see.
realize it was that big, but
That's what she said.
oh. Nice one.
Let's see if I got it.
Not yet.
Huh. How big is it? This is.
Did it go?
No, it's like 90% loaded, but I got a green bar that just stopped. If anyone has a screen free, you can type in Stonetooth Mountain map, and you should pop up.
Is this a real place that we're going to?
All these adventures are real places. That's funny.
In our minds.
This one?
Yeah, that's right.
This one? Okay. Cool.
So, that's the map that you have. You are like maybe a day's trek up the mountain, and looking at that kind of map, you can decide. Do you want to like go on the pathway up the old dwarven road? There's some lakes. There's a couple other features that you might be interested in. But that's something you can discuss all around your campsite to your group, and then tell me what you guys light the fire. Do you keep the fire? Do you set guard? Like what's the state of your camp before you call it a night?
Well, I think we should call it a night, and
Have the elf keep watch.
can I? We can't walk away from each other, can we?
No.
You can't walk too far away. I believe that I've restricted it to.
We don't have to hold hands all the
And
time.
you can test it out. You can get like let's say 6-7 squares away from the rest of the party members, and you start feeling that pang.
Okay.
Hey!
Well, let's get a fire going, and
Do you want to have something at fire? I also have that alchemy lantern. It's smaller. We'll be able to
But
see
did you
stuff.
say it's cold?
Is it cold?
Yes. Yeah, you're on a mountain.
Yeah.
You're in a mountainous region.
Oh, I take some of the fire powder and I distribute it to everybody, just in case people
Okay.
get cold.
So you have this like rich smelling exotic spice.
Well, it
that
makes
would
you
be
warm.
really
Like,
great
who knows? There might be a blizzard or
for
something.
game.
He could totally freeze us to death.
well, I'm just gonna make a fire and sleep by it.
Okay.
And if
so
someone else
you
wants to,
make the
I'm not
fire.
standing guard.
Okay. How about the rest of you? Timmy
Uh,
wants to kill something, so he's like, "No, come on,
I can
come on,
stand
bring
guard.
it, DM."
I only need like 10 minutes of sleep.
yeah, because you're like a super elf.
Yeah, so I guess Aviana is gonna keep watch. Yep.
Yeah, because she's the druid and the elf, and
Yeah.
that's just what elf druids do.
Yeah, so just to pull here, Aviana, what does your character feel like as she thinks? How many times has this party put her on guard duty?
She's gonna just like, she sighs big and she's like, you know what? These non-elves need their rest, I guess. She doesn't really understand. Like she, in her head, she like remembers like cats and like sloths and animals that really need to sleep or else. So she like kind of just puts it in those terms. It's like she feels very knowledgeable, and she feels like she understands. But yeah.
She
So
can
does-
relate. She can get over her kind of being put upon because she remembers there are other species that
Yeah.
just need more sleep.
Yeah.
Does Eviana view us as like, are we like your pets?
Kind of. Yeah.
Just curious. Okay.
Yeah. She would give you guys treats if she could. Really good things.
Okay, yeah, and I'm gonna let my bird kind of perch up in a tree, and I'm telling him to keep guard too.
Okay. So you have 2 guards, one in a nearby tree. Aviana, are you positioning yourself? So using the map, if you started this trek up the road, are you like right off the road? Are you like being all super paranoid and squirreling yourselves away, or?
I'm close to the other people, but
I say we stay off the road.
Are there trees around us?
There are. You're
Not
surrounded by-
visible from the
Okay,
road.
let's make sure we sleep somewhere with trees around it
Yeah.
Okay.
on a mountain.
So trees to obscure, the light of the fire, and
And avalanche zones are kind of a thing.
Nonsense.
Okay, so I'm gonna reposition you guys. So by the fire. By the fire.
Timid's already asleep.
Guard, and we're going to say Jack, you want to put your bird on the opposite side, same side as Aviana? How do you want to position?
My left hand.
Your left.
My left hand. The farthest tree. Heyo. Hey.
Thank you.
Woohoo.
I appreciate it, sweetheart.
What did she give me?
Oh, bye, Clara.
Did she give you treats?
She's giving me dinner.
Wow.
That's freaking adorbs.
All right, so I'm gonna say that what's cool enough for you guys to see. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more light.
I forgot. We have
Oh, that was
stolen.
so
Do you remember where we got the stolen artwork?
What?
We have stolen artwork.
It's an original Hitler.
Yeah. It's an original Hitler.
I don't remember this at all.
Was it stolen artwork like you guys stole the artwork, or stolen artwork like it was
Already
found?
stolen.
Well, it looks like we got it from the cultist. I'm just guessing because it says
Okay.
cultist medallion, cultist dagger, history of the plains, alchemist lantern, stolen art, and ×4. But one of them is magical, and it's a picture of water and light something.
Well, I wasn't with y'all when y'all destroyed the cult, so
I'm
I have no idea.
I'm just asking because it was
I
very
think Adam doesn't-
specific. It was very specific, and I wasn't sure if like this was important or not. Never mind. We'll think about it later.
Your tendency to pick literally everything up that you come by.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
that
like,
ring
you
was
remember
really
that first
convenient. that
adventure
could
where you
store
started exploring the waterfall, and then you're like, oh, I want to look for this thing. Oh, I found some fishing supplies. Is it magical? Like, just
Yeah, it's, at the beginning we checked if everything was
like
magical.
anything.
Yeah, I
that-
remember that.
Every time, is it magical?
Yeah.
So there was.
We
one
haven't
piece
done
of
that in a
artwork
while.
was magical.
Now we're looking at something magical on Timot's arm and we forget we can check to see if it's magical.
Yeah, seriously. Like, yeah, I mean,
That's
maybe he
weird.
has magic
Oh.
powers now.
Spider
And,
time.
and Jack, you have this coin that tells whether someone's lying or not, right?
Mm, that's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
one.
I love that coin.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
great. That's
Yeah.
very Jack.
You got a party member that you're not sure you can trust.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. We'll do that in the morning. We've slept
Okay,
next to
so
each other for a
let's
long
see.
time now, so she's gonna kill me. Well, but then again, now she knows. You know what? Okay. I wake her up for just a wait. Which party member don't I don't trust any of them though. That's the problem.
We've been through so much. When have I ever harmed you?
I know, but now you know that we know your secret.
Yes, really is 2 people.
I like this paranoia being generated. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you later.
I don't
Guys,
know.
that hurts my feelings.
I actually, you know what? The bird is gonna be like is gonna be perched right next to me, and if one of these fools tries to touch me, it's gonna go nuts. That's how I'm setting this up.
I'm gonna take my knife out and look at you really weird with it, and like pick my teeth a little bit and put it back away.
Your bird has gone through so much. Like it's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
just him it with a knife, is freaking it out.
It got hit by the magic knife. His bird did.
Yeah, it saved someone's life.
And you know that knife is on Sir Leia's belt, just casually.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see, where are we? You guys are. Okay, wait and watch. Top hour 2 hiking. Okay, so an hour 2 of hiking brought you to this up the road, and you are on your way towards. So you followed the path to the Stonetooth. It's a carefully constructed path that wound up the hillside, an unseen height above. You're not sure where it will go into the mountain, but you know that you're going to a dwarven kind of fortress, a dwarven mountain. you don't know a lot about the people that Belo's wife come from, or his past wife, but you know that what you'll be moving towards, there's some sort of sound portal in or near it. The path climbs towards the mountain door. Let's see. You guys set up camp. It's kind of weird following the book because it describes like what happens if you do a bunch of different things. And you guys have set up camp, and orcs don't like the nose. Okay, I need to roll perception. Oh. Have you guys seen my other Halloween decor?
No.
Which one is this?
What is it?
Oh, that's a good one.
I love that.
It's a candle holder, but I put all my
Oh,
dice in,
Nice.
love it.
and it can't watch while I roll because it's so scared of what's going to happen.
I like that.
Here.
Okay, so there is a sound. Let's see. I need Eviana to roll perception.
16. Or, I'm sorry, 18.
18. Okay. You hear a sound of footprints or footfalls in the forest, and they don't sound like it's trying to conceal itself. It sounds just like loud stomping through the forest.
How loud are we talking?
How long?
How loud?
How loud? Like someone who doesn't know the forest or respect the trees is blundering through the forest in the middle of the night.
Okay, I have some of those warm, dusty things that I got from Jack, right? Those kind of light up, right?
Yeah.
Can I just like pocket sand the?
Don't you have like dark vision or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I use my dark vision and squint my eyes a little, see what's going on?
Okay. So you make your way.
That's so good.
Oh, I can't do
There we go. Okay, so Jack's birds by him. Eviana hears something in the forest and goes to investigate, not too far, but just a little bit of distance away from the party as she moves around a trunk to get a better sight of what this thing is. You see 4 hunched humanoids in dirty hide armor approaching along the trail, snarling and muttering to each other in their guttural language, with yellow tusks protruding from their bestial.
Oh, you hate these things.
And I turn around and go, guys, animals with rabies, wake up! Wake them up.
Okay.
Animals
So,
with
let's see. I have all of you roll perception as the loud voice of your party member stirs you from slumber.
4.
20.
A little drowsy.
Yeah.
15.
Jack and Timid, you hear the voice of Eviana calling you to action. Sirleia, your dreams are haunted by a little girl who keeps laughing at you.
That's creepy.
Wow.
I don't like that.
No, you continue the toss and turn, but your dreams are troubled and you do not hear the cries to arms. So,
I wake up her. She's right next to me, so I just give her a little.
Is there a tree that these guys are going to pass underneath?
There is, yes, it's a very wooded area.
All right, I'm going to climb up in the tree, and I'm going to fashion a little noose snare that I'm going to. Yeah, I got my rope, right?
Yeah, of course you got rope.
Yeah, I'm going to climb up a tree above these guys. I'm going to see if I can't pick one of them off.
Ah,
A little snare.
So you're going off on your own, kind of.
Got it.
Well, I'm just
pretty far away.
I'm just going up.
Yeah.
Right?
Vantage point.
Just getting up and in front of you guys.
Okay.
Timid has climbed a tree. And he assumes correctly that the cries from Eviana have alerted and redirected the foes towards your camp.
Yeah, he should have woken us up quietly, maybe.
Yeah, that's yelling.
I'm really stupid. My intelligence is really low.
It's okay, you're wise though.
I would never tell anybody that.
You're a pie.
Yeah. Oh.
So
I was like, what's with the cup?
you guys are all awake. Let's see. What do you guys see in the battlefield? And it is. I'm going to remove the camera a little bit.
It's been so long since we fought anything. I don't know if I remember how to do this.
Your attack.
Yeah, we haven't fought anything in a long
I
time.
know, we've been in that town for like, I don't know, like a month at least.
Okay, so Timmy, you're in that tree on the far left. There we go. As the orcs hear the cries of an elf warning her party of their presence, they rush in, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
18.
15.
16.
9. I'm really glad. It's funny, you don't want to roll initiative sometimes.
He does.
Yeah, you need to roll initiative.
Okay, so
Oh, I like your little clear thing.
you like what?
The clear thing that Timot's on.
Oh yeah,
That's nice.
it's impromptu, but it will work.
It works really well. I like it.
So
I like it.
give me the numbers again. Start with Timot. What do we got?
18.
18. Eviana.
15.
15. Zalea.
16.
16. Balo, I'm gonna control Balo for this. 19. Goodness, he wants some.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Jack.
9. Get me the heck
9.
away.
Okay, the orcs roll their initiative. 15, 3, and 5. Okay, so how's that going to fit in things? So we have Balo, Timot, Zalea, Eviana, Jack, Orc. Okay. Alright, so Balo is going
I
to
need to know what my spell
rush to the side of Eviana, and he is going to take up a defensive fighter's position to aid in any attacks, so that they have to. He's going to force disadvantage on any attacks to Eviana, as she's in the front and she shouldn't be. Timot, what are you doing? You're in the tree. Your initiative was high enough to where they won't reposition before you're going.
Okay.
You want to make something or range attack it, or
Yeah. Can I set up? Have I already set up my little trap?
I would say that you got up the tree.
Okay. So can I use a bonus action and make that trap?
Yes. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, let's go ahead and, because they haven't moved, so let's go ahead and make that trap, set it if they come underneath. But then I'm up in the tree and I'm just arrows in the dark, so I'm going to launch an arrow from my big black bow at one of them that I can see. I can't tell if I have line of sight on them or not.
Okay. Yeah, you do. I mean, it's through some forest coverage, but I only have 4 trees, so there are more than trees than 4, but yeah, you have sight on them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to shoot my bow at him.
Okay, go ahead, roll attack.
This is a dexterity one, right?
Yep.
It's a bow, so that's going to be a 19.
A 19. 19 against their armor class. Yeah, that's going to hit.
Oh, they have high. He didn't say yes automatically. They got high armor. Okay. I don't remember how to do this.
So you
Oh,
roll
shoot.
damage with your bow, which
This is okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Let me. So I got like everything. I'm trying not to knock the camera over. It's this one. It's gonna be 9 damage,
9 damage. Okay.
and I'm not raged right now.
Right. So, archer attack, 9 damage to one of the orcs. So we're going to say -9 here. Okay, as the arrow flies through the darkness, you let's say a line of sight. They're not too far away. You don't have dark vision, but it's still as a solid hit as one takes an arrow in the shoulder and pauses in its kind of forwards momentum, and then its eyes grow wide, and as it looks around, because it doesn't know where that arrow came from. Let's see, Sorleia, what are you doing?
Let's see. So can I see them from where I am?
So where you are currently located, you see your 2 party members that are at the front, kind of lining up, bracing. You could probably see what they were bracing for if you took a couple steps forwards or a couple steps to the side or right.
I'll get up there closer. Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe go on the other side of the tree from them or something.
Yeah. So you get yourself near one of the trees. Also, just in case you need that kind of added protection, but you have line of sight and you see these 4 kind of lumbering dark figures up the road.
Okay. Can I light them on fire?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. So I want to use the scorching ray, which can have up to 3 rays of fire. So I'm going to target.
Isn't that
3
like a
different
close
ones.
one?
No.
It's not.
It's a ray.
It's a range of 120.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Okay. Is that a beam?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a ray of fire that I can have 3 different ones go out.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Thought so.
I like that.
Alright, so if you wanted to beam 3 of them, you need to do it over Belo's head.
we can do
So
that.
I'm going to say I want to let you do that because you are taller than him, but I'm going to, with your attacks, if one of them rolls like exceptionally low, I'm going to say there might be a chance to accidentally scorch his behind a bit.
Well, so I have a question. If I do roll poorly on one and it's at risk of hitting Balo, can I suddenly be like, oh, I used my careful spell not to hit him?
You want to burn a sorcery point?
But I don't want to use it if I don't have to.
But you gotta choose before.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I
Be
was
careful.
clarifying. That's why I was clarifying.
Go. Be careful. You don't roll that great. Let's be honest.
It's not my fault.
The dice. Bad dice.
Let's be careful
Um,
before we burn Balo alive.
Well, he's
seriously.
not here. I'm talking about being demon possessed.
Ew, has
All right,
more hair on his
fine.
back.
So I'll use one of my sorcery points to protect
Okay.
Balo. And then, does that count for all 3? Because it's like technically one spell.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then, right, so here's the first ray. And that's an 18.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
And that's 2d6. So 9 damage.
9 damage, my goodness.
It's a good roll.
Okay, you ready for the second one?
Yep.
That is a 15.
15. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's going to hit.
Okay, so that's 4 damage.
4 damage.
And then the last one is 9.
Okay, and 9's not gonna cut it.
Okay.
It gets really close to Balo, but your sorcery shifts into the bush right next to him, and that one catches flame from you.
Cool.
Eviana, you hear the screams of a million leaves cry out all at once.
Aww. I try to brush it off.
So,
Again.
as flame lights the forest, more and more light shows up, and you can get a better picture. You actually have one of these guys on fire.
Ooh.
I like the little flame. That's awesome.
Ouch. So, let's see. Who else do we got? We got an orc up. So this one orc rushes in. Okay. A little bit. Oh no. I'm shifting all the bushes around. Okay, so this orc comes in, and he's going to, let's see, he's going to get in a position where he's flanked, but he's going to attack the squishier target. He's going to attack Eviana, but he has to do it at disadvantage because of Belo's positioning.
Okay.
So, 1, 2. All right. So does a 12 hit?
Let me see. 12 does not hit.
Does not hit. His initial thrust with this wicked-looking, kind of curved blade is parried by Belo as it's redirected by Belo's hammer. So it's shifted by the sword and hit out of the way with the hammer. The next one up is Eviana. You're in it.
Okay, so I laugh at his attempts,
Okay.
and then I will butter up my javelin with some fire venom as my action, other than laughing at him, and I give it a good old toss right in his direction.
Okay. So you're going to do a ranged attack?
Yeah.
He's right in front of you.
Oh.
He's 1 square away, so that would actually be more difficult than.
Oh, okay. How about a scimitar then?
Okay. So you with one hand you take your delicate thin elven hands and pop the cork of this vial containing this awful poison, and you flick it down your scimitar as you draw it, and with one fluid motion go in for his face with the stab. Go ahead, roll an attack.
19.
Plus.
Okay. So you definitely stab this orc in the face. So go ahead and roll your damage plus your poison damage.
All right. Ooh, poison damage.
We're eventually gonna run out of that stuff.
7. And poison damage was like a small one, right?
Venom is 3d4.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, do you have a d4?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. 3d4, 3, 7, 10. So 17 damage.
Yeah. 17 damage. This around the blade as it enters this thing's face, like you can hit bone and that stops your blade a little bit.
Yeah.
But then as the poison sets in, like it's almost like the bone and the face kind of crumples and gives as your sword plunges deeper, and the orc collapses in front of you.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
That'll,
Indeed.
and I say that'll teach you.
All right. Let's see. We got Jack. You're up.
Okay, how many of these guys are left?
There are 3 orcs left.
3 orcs left. Okay. I kind of zoned out because I haven't looked at any of my spells for a while, so I was confused what all of them do. And forgive me, I'm a little confused what I'm looking at right now. What's the orange thing? Is that fire?
Oh yeah, it's on fire.
Nice. I like that. That's cool.
There's
Oh, what? That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm really digging this whole
Oh, good.
Okay. Wow, I'm in the perfect assistant
Yeah.
And it's up here. The orcs on the other side of this tree, and Eviana and Solea and Balo are all in this kind of between two trees in front of you.
Okay. Expertise. I am going to. Which one is on fire?
That one in front.
The one that is on fire is on fire.
And there's another one?
There's
Yeah,
two.
there's the one with the brown one with the big axe over his shoulder.
Okay.
There's another like back behind the tree.
I am going, and they're kind of stupid, right?
Yep.
I'm going to use a new spell that I've not used yet.
Okay.
I'm going to use suggestion.
Okay.
So I'm going to suggest to the guy with the big axe that he could probably chop off all the things that are on fire to save his friend with his big axe. And so he's going to attempt to put out the fire with the only thing he has in his hand, which is the axe.
Okay.
Axe cut. So I guess what's going through his head is axe cut hard things, axe cut soft things like fire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love
You
it.
give a fair assessment. So you roll. Do I roll to defend against that, or
Yeah, he's gonna do it. He's pretty much gonna do it. But here we go. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable for it. Asking the creature to stab itself doesn't make any sense. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed one, it keeps doing this until it's accomplished its goal.
Wow.
Oh God.
And it can take as many rounds. Like, he's gonna just keep doing this thing until someone has hurt it. If somebody hurts it, then it'll stop doing it. And so, like, but right now that's its main goal. And yeah, it's got to make a spell saving throw against wisdom saving. Is it against 13 or is it 13 plus my spell attack bonus? Is that how that works?
I think so.
So I think it's your spell attack plus the bonus is the value it has to beat. So it will use its wisdom and its wisdom modifier against your spell attack plus your spell attack modifier.
So like you roll plus your attack.
So spell.
Or.
Sorry, I forgot a lot of this stuff. So right now I have written 17 up at the top. So it's 8
7
plus 3 plus 6. Does that sound right?
Okay.
I don't know if that's right.
Your charisma's just really high, so your spell attack modifier is basically high because of that.
Okay, I'm gonna just look this up real quick, but I think that's how it works. So you just can kind of do your thing.
Okay, it critically failed. Doesn't matter.
Oh, so if it critically failed, then that means it's gonna try to critically succeed at this mission.
Try to kill itself.
It hasn't heard of anything more reasonable in its life than axe putting out fire. Like, finally, life finally makes sense. Axe put out fire. Okay. And,
That's pretty
the orc that's on fire's turn now, and then it will be the orc who you suggested next. So when it's that one's turn, it will start its job.
Sounds good.
All right, so that orc that's on fire is going to take. Let's see. I think putting oneself out is. It's not a full action. I think it's like a bonus action or a movement action. It's going to roll around a bit. So Leia, what's is your fire spell like natural fire, or we're talking demonic, not put outable? Is the hellish rebuke fire or the fire?
No, it's just fire, I guess.
Okay, it's just fire. Okay, so it's going to put itself out so it doesn't continually add fire damage to itself.
So you just like, Well, I'll set him on fire again, and the guy will chop him.
And then it's going to attack Balo, because Balo's in the front. Okay, that's going to hit Balo. And we're going to roll.
Balo's got an armor class of 18.
Yeah. Yeah, this is bad. I rolled an 18. So that plus its strength modifier.
No.
So, making points by 1. So, hits for 20. Well, it doesn't hit for 20. So, melee attack plus 5 to hit. 18. Reach is 5 feet. One target hits for 1d12 plus 3. Okay, so 13 damage. A huge great axe comes out sideways, clips Balo, knocks him into this flaming bush that Sir Leia accidentally ignited, and he shifted one away. The executioner-looking guy is gonna. Oops, man. I need faces on Balo. Balo likes falling over.
Whole forest is coming apart.
Yeah.
So this guy that is suggested runs over to Balo.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It is not on fire, but you know what is? That bush. He's going to attack that.
Wait, what happened?
He's trying to attack the bush.
So his friend isn't burning anymore. So now he's.
Wait, why did his friend go out of?
He put himself out.
Oh, he did.
His friend used a bonus
fire.
action to put himself out to roll around, and he extinguished the fire.
Oh,
But
okay.
now that the guy suggested, he's going to put out any fires with his axe, and that bush.
Oh, he
that
did
he's in
critically
front of-
fail. Yeah.
He rolled a 19. He's going to hit the bush really hard. He rolls. Oh, he rolls this
Wood chips.
plus 3. So 8 damage. That bush that was on fire is scattered to the forest ground, and some flames start picking up.
Oh
This
no.
general area.
Oh, did I just start a forest fire?
You might have. I mean, it's a brilliant idea, but
Don't
There's
worry.
no way for me to know
But
that.
the dungeon master didn't want us having him kill his friend.
Let's see. So Eviana, you hear the bush that was already crying from being burned now being chopped up as well by this awful orc.
I start twitching a little bit.
It's Balo's turn. Balo's going to shift. What is he going to do? He's going to shift here. He's going to take a step back. With his bonus action, he's going to pop a health potion because he took 12 damage in a single hit. He's going to recover 9. So he's at -4. And he is going to use his chain magic necromancy to bind this sucker who would attack Eviana again. And that guy has to make he does not save that. So this guy here is bound. I have something for that. Okay, so that guy's stuck. And I'm going to raise you guys up a bit. Okay, so it is now Timot's turn.
Timmy. All right. Can I see any? Do I have a line on anyone or line of sight on
And
anyone?
there's a guy right here that you can see.
Is he close enough to like get him into my trap?
Let's see. You probably should have. Oh, he got shot with an arrow and he stopped moving. So that's the guy that has an arrow in him. and he's closer, but he's not quite trap close.
All right. Can I try and toss lasso him, try and throw the rope around his neck?
Around his neck?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's 20 feet, 5 feet, 20 times. It's 25 feet away, and you're at the top of the tree. So you guys making me do trig. Yeah.
Or is that just so ridiculous?
What?
Or is that just so ridiculous? There's no way it's gonna work.
You can try. It might be challenging. I would say that it's probably a dexterity.
How
Okay.
experienced are you in lassoing from tops of trees?
I don't know.
Probably more than you think.
He is like a
Barbarian, he hunts stuff.
barbarian. All right, he's gonna roll an 11 on this.
Okay. So with 11, you managed to not get his neck, but you've got your distance. So you know how far it would be to do it again. And I would say
So is he at all sitting in this in the center of this lasso? If I pulled it right now, is he gonna?
You might not get his neck, but you could possibly get a limb.
Okay, we're just gonna take this rope, and I'm gonna take with my body weight, just jump off the limb I'm standing on, and just use my weight as a counterweight, and try and yank this guy up off the ground.
But what if it doesn't attack, doesn't grab him? You just jumped off a tree.
Yeah. I really.
What did you say? All right, I need to look up this thing about fall damage real quick. I wasn't expecting you to climb and jump off of trees. I should have, but I didn't.
You should always expect the
I gave
unexpected here.
Yeah.
So of course, fall damage. That's index FAL, falling, faction, fall. It would be faster if I Google it. Okay. I looked there in the index. The Dungeons Master's Guide doesn't have fall damage.
Is it gonna work or not really?
It will totally yank him, definitely.
Cool.
D&D 5e. So, falling objects, crushing damage. Okay. Tracks using the same rules. Objects. All right. Okay. So, let's see. This tree is going to be a. All right, Timmy. How much do you weigh?
200 and I want to say 40 or 50.
Okay.
260.
260. And you're a medium-sized creature.
Technically.
You're like medium plus.
I'm not an ogre, but I'm not small.
All right. Well. All right. So, why does this thing want to talk to me about homeowners insurance? No, that's not what I want. All right. Yeah, I was Googling the fall damage, and it was like, do you need to call a home insurance for a fallen tree? No. That's not exactly what I had in mind.
You don't.
Okay, so you are, let's say, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet up. Alright, so you jump, and your descent is slightly slowed by this counterweight that is flung forwards. He's knocked prone and he slides as you come down. And you hit, and then so that's roughly right. He's going to start coming up into the branches and hitting them.
Okay. And then once I hit the ground, I'm just going to let go of the rope.
Okay. So let's see. That is. So he's going to fall 10 feet. And you're going to fall. Your zany antics. Alright. 6, 11. Okay, so he's going to take 15 points of damage for being drugged through everything, hitting branches on the way up and the way down. And you, Timid, are going to take you're going to take 9 damage.
Nice.
He's going to take, I said 15? Yeah. Okay. So, and you are on the ground. Timid, roll, what, is it athletics? No, acrobatics. Roll an acrobatics for me, because you're going to land on your feet or not.
A 9.
A 9. Okay. You stumble. You're not knocked prone, but that fall of 9 damage is jars you, and unbidden to your hand, that as you looked down, as you fell, you were looking with glee as this thing came, dragged towards the tree, hit branches, and fell. But as you looked down while you were falling yourself, you pull out that dagger, and you've already started another mark in your left arm.
Okay. I thought it only marked me when I got below 10 health.
Say that again?
I thought it only marked me when I got below 10 health. Or is it just like whenever I take damage?
So it's going to be mostly fear-driven, and I think when you're not raged, it's going to be a lower threshold.
Okay.
Like when you're raged, it's definitely the health basis. But I would say when you're not raged, like taking sizable hits will usher in another mark.
Okay.
Yes, Claire. Thank you,
Oh.
sweet. I love it. On the back? Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, neat.
Aw,
That was awesome. I love the colors.
Very colorful.
that's
Hi, Clara.
awesome.
Yes.
Oh.
Taking it.
That really bad.
I'm giving it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's different on the back. Awesome.
Double-sided.
Cool.
Okay. There's a lot
Clara
of
just brought some artwork.
Is that our background now?
It is our background.
That's like the sky.
Timid, as you start marking your arms, the background phases into like a child's drawing.
Nice.
Okay. So, it is now next in the order after Timid. I believe it's Ralea's turn.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, these guys, we gotta kill them. We got stuff to do.
So,
There's still
alright.
3 left.
So,
Although one's knocked prone and is gone on a trip, another one is suggestible and trying to put out fires with an axe.
yeah.
Set them on fire.
Oh yeah,
So
you should
I'm
light,
gonna-
light one of them on
I'm
fire.
gonna do my firebolt, but I'm debating which one I should target. Because this one's straight shot, that's over,
Well, you don't want
what's his
to
face?
light the guy on fire who will put out fire.
I know, but
Well, just take a step to the right and then shoot him.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
that bush is gone.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna move where I get a clear shot to the guy in front of Balo,
Okay.
the white orc there. And I'm gonna send a firebolt his direction.
Okay.
Um,
So go ahead and roll your attack.
so that's 13.
13. You just managed to get him. He was shifting around under those chains, but you managed to light him up. Go ahead, roll damage.
5.
5 damage to the working chains. So
Is he on fire?
he is on fire now.
Yeehaw.
So, 9. Okay. So, let's see. Another orc. The other orc's turn. The other orc uses half of his action to get up. His movement action. He uses his bonus to cut a rope and throw a glare at Timid. And What is he gonna do? He's going to be a little clever. He's going to just a little clever. He's going to take his axe and he is going to try really hard to knock a tree over onto you, Timid.
Is he strong enough to do that? In one swipe?
If he rolls high enough, and he did. Alright.
Alright.
Here's what's gonna happen over here. So this guy comes up and in an insane amount of fury and rage,
Or you can make that dexterity.
destroys this tree trunk, just splinters it. There's actually like branches exploding outwards as he hits it. Now there's a roll to see which way it falls because he's not very smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 20 degrees. So that's going to be, let's see, 0. And it's going to fall like this. And, oh, no. That's going to possibly clip Aviana and Velo. I need you guys to roll a dexterity saving rolls.
Dexterity.
6. Oh.
4.
Okay. Let's
You know, I
see.
mean,
Falling
okay.
tree.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's not the full weight of the tree, it's the tip of the tree, so it's not going to be...
Yeah.
And it's going to fall.
I kind of wish it went towards me.
Yeah.
You guys
Advantage on dexterity.
each take 10 damage.
Ooh.
Ouch, mama.
Holy cow.
10 damage.
What's up, Nicholas? Max?
What's your- Oh, 30.
Velo's max is going to be 30.
30? Okay, so he's roughly at half right now. So,
Oh no.
looking the worst for wear. He really hates when trees land on him. Aviana, you also were, like, attacked by this tree, practically. It just jumped out of nowhere and, like, just smashed into you.
I feel betrayed.
Alright, Aviana, it is your turn. You're knocked prone, so if you want to, like, get up and have any movement, like, you lose half of the movement by standing up.
You should probably.
But then you could theoretically move more squares.
Okay.
But you still have an action too.
Okay, cool. I stand up and
Okay.
go to the closest bad guy.
Closest bad guy is going to be the one. Alright, so there's one that's trying to put out fires. There's one who's wrapped in chains, and there's one who just knocked down a tree on you.
Oh, the guy who knocked the tree on me.
So which one are you targeting?
The one who knocked the tree
Yeah,
down.
the tree knocker.
Okay, so you turn. Say when you pulled yourself out, you're in line of sight on the other side of the tree. So the tree's not much of an obstacle. You can still see him. So
Shoot his ass. Javelin his ass.
Javelin? Okay. I'm gonna throw a javelin at him.
okay, so go ahead and roll your attack.
12.
12. Okay, with 12, he actually
Are you
snags
sure? Did you roll a straight 12?
your
No,
javelin.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So he grabs your javelin and he looks over and he like snaps it.
Wait, really? He just broke the javelin?
Well, I mean, he did knock down a tree in one hit.
Oh,
Was that
shoot.
your magic javelin or your normal javelin? You
Normal
have
I
to-
think it was a
Normal.
normal.
Yeah, thank
Was
you.
it a magic javelin?
No.
As a normal one.
Okay. Wait, it was the what?
The normal.
You
Okay,
couldn't
yeah.
break it.
So, I mean, if it was a magic one, it wouldn't have broken like that, but a normal javelin breaks.
I had a magic one.
Yeah, the one that returns.
I'm kind of scared. I look around hoping someone just saw that.
As you look around for other people who saw that, you see Timid is definitely seeing that, although it looks like he's busy carving another weird thing in his arm, and Jack looks like he's ready to do something about it. So Jack, you're up.
Oh wait, is the guy with the axe? Did we skip him?
He's after you.
Oh, good. Okay. I think I'm gonna cast another suggestion because that's just funny.
No.
Oh.
How many spell slots do you have?
I have 2 seconds. 2 slots up here, 4 slots over there. I think it would be pretty funny if so this guy is a little frustrated that he didn't get a chance to knock down that tree the way that he wanted. And so he is going to proceed to just keep knocking down trees until he gets one to hit Timid. That's his main priority.
That sounds like a.
We're all gonna be being hit by
Okay, yeah, I know it's stupid. That's not really what I want to do.
So I'm imagining this kind of like long term where like your party just ignores him and then like he follows you for the rest of this campaign, just trying to kill you with trees.
Yeah, and he's just never gonna do it, like, because we'd probably be able to roll advantage at that point. Like, if a tree falls over, I'm just gonna like step to the side.
Right.
Nah, I think that was my intention. Is that if we all know that this guy's doing this, like, he's not gonna hit us, right? Like, we would all just like.
He's not gonna hit me. He might hit you guys.
Well, right, but if your question is targeted to Timid, I mean, like, you attack Timid with trees. That was a really great idea. You should keep doing it.
Okay. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take out 2 guys with 1 stun. So, he saw the guy who's on fire saw that the other guy's axe totally worked to put out the bush fire. So he currently on fire is going to go, okay, the only way to put out this fire is with another axe fire. However, the other guy already used up his axe putting out ability, so he's going to go to the other guy and just get in his face until he puts out the fire with his axe. They're goblins. They're goblins. They make sense. So he saw one axe put out a fire. He's like, oh, he used up axe putter outer. Now I'm going to go to him, and he's going to put out this fire. And so he's going to he's going to keep getting in this guy's face until he puts out the axe. Puts out the fire with his fire outing axe.
Isn't he chained though?
Yeah.
He's changed right now, so
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bala's got
I
him.
didn't suggest that.
I would suggest targeting either you've already got the brown executioner guys.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a great job. You have to be creative with this spell, okay? Like,
No. Yeah.
you have to be creative. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this. So the guy with the axe is furious that this tree didn't fall on to Timothy the way that he wanted it to. So he's gonna keep hitting that tree until it does what he wanted it to do.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna roll to wisdom to like prevent this from occurring. And I'm critted. Natural 20 apparently in this instance. Oh, well, I'm also going to just okay, so I rolled a natural 20, so I'm going to evade your spell. But the way I'm going to explain this is that this orc is going to be like a barbarian orc, right? He's raged. So in his rage, he does go and like knock the tree again with the axe, but as he's walking towards Timid, he shrugs off this suggestion that the tree is culpable for this gravity issue.
Man, I just wasted 2 level 2 spell slots. Don't be a bitch.
Rude.
Yeah, Jesus. I'm
So
rude?
it's the orc.
Oh.
It's rude.
Oh, but what she said wasn't rude. Okay, I understand.
Alright, so guy's chained and on
So
fire
those are
right
good.
now.
It's
The guy comes up to him and decides he needs to put out that fire.
wrong. Okay, good. At least one of the spells work.
So he's going to roll a natural 20. That is
That's double,
double roll damage, yeah. So that is going to be 4, 3, 12, so 11, doubled is 22, plus 3. So
you guys don't need to hit stuff, you just make other things hit each other.
So the chains like twist around this orc as it burns and is unable to move, and his friend comes and brings this axe down and plants it into his back and cut through. So the flame, like the gouts of flame, like rush out, and you can see him twist the axe and then like shift it, and like you can see like he's trying to like pat out the flames with this axe as it's in this creature, and he starts shifting it down to like beat it against the ground to put the fire out with his axe. Alright, so
Well, that didn't work out, did it?
Alan's used up his turn, which means that he won't be attacking you guys anymore. And it is now Belo's turn. Belo is very confused by this turn of events because all of a sudden his chains like caught on fire, and then this random orc attacked and he got hit by a tree. He's kind of disoriented. Yeah.
Wait, so is that one orc dead now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really, really dead.
Yeah. So that worked out really well.
Okay, cool.
Let's see, what is he going to do? He can attack the guy who's under suggestion, but he just killed an orc, and he seems busy putting out the body's flames. So he's going to turn, and he's going to, let's see, how much distance does he have? He's going to, let's see, that's difficult terrain, so he doesn't want to go there.
He could chain somebody, couldn't he?
Yeah, he did. He changed the one that got incinerated. 1, 2. What's the movement on Belo?
25.
25? Okay, so he's got half of that, so he can only move 2 and a half squares. But I guess if you move diagonal and skirted, he's going to have to roll a dexterity to try to get to this other guy. 10, I'm going to give it to him. He shifts past this tree. It's here. That's 5, 10. So now he's behind him, and he's going to roll an attack. Oh, a critical failed. He is very.
Does he roll with advantage because he's behind him?
Okay.
So he's as a fighter, I don't believe he does, which is kind of weird. I think it's only rogues that have that positioning advantage. And you're about 1 square away from him, so it's not like he's what is that when you have 2 people on one? Your wolf tactics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he's positioned. He critically fails the strike, so I'm going to say he doesn't hurt himself. He's already hurt because of the stupid tree. But he alerts the orc to his presence, and it's actually Timot's turn. And Belo is literally right up harassing this orc from behind. So you would have your wolf tactic advantages on him.
Okay. I don't have the player's manual in front of me.
Okay.
But
the player's manual, 'cause I
get like 2 advantages on it. Okay. First of all, we're raging. That's what we're gonna do. Second of all, this guy's going down. We are going to whack him. First of all, close whatever distance needs to be closed, and then come over here and just hit him with my big greatsword.
Okay. Tell me more about this greatsword of yours.
The greatsword?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Is it a great sword? Is it your
It's
magic?
It's the paladin greatsword thing.
Okay.
I got.
So you bring it up in your hands and it says, greetings, paladin. Do you want to? And then it goes through its routine as you draw it and then attack.
Awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack him. All right. So we're gonna roll. The first one was a 5 plus a 7. So we're gonna roll 12
Okay.
on this guy.
So you roll a 12.
Do you do double advantage?
No, I don't get double advantage, but I.
Not going to hit armor class.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
your first swing is interrupted by the paladin going. Do you notice this thing on your arm? The paladin says. Do you have multiple swings, or is it just the one?
I roll with advantage on all melee attacks.
Okay.
Is the wolf
and
thing.
You have double advantage with the wolf tactics or whatever.
There's like
That's why I wanted to see the player's manual. I figured I wouldn't need it, but I didn't roll so high.
What was it? The totem warrior?
Yeah.
Okay. So while you're raging, your friends have advantage on melee attacks against any creatures within 5 feet that are hostile to you.
Okay.
Oh wait, that means he should have had advantage, right? Bela?
But he wasn't close
He
enough.
would going forward, so Timon was
okay.
like,
Because I like.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So I'm gonna roll a 12 on that last one then.
okay, so roll a 12, and as you bring this great sword down, because the orc's like half turned at Balo, paying attention to him, the sword interrupts you and goes, oh my dear, oh look at your arm, it's just frightful. You need to get that looked at by a cleric. And that distracts you as your swing goes wide. And the orc is turned again, facing you. Okay, so Soleil, it's your turn.
Okay. So, do I want to go for ignore him and go for that guy, or go for the brown guy?
I think just light anybody on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. I guess
I think if you light him on fire, he'll try to put it out with his own axe.
Or the guy who's got a javelin.
It really doesn't matter. I think anything you
Yeah.
do will be good.
Alright, so I'm gonna target the one closest to me
Okay,
with my firebolt.
alright.
And I critical failed.
Oh!
Okay,
Nuggets.
They're rolling
So-
terrible.
Soleil, as you bring your flames, into existence in your hand, strangely enough, in your gauntleted hand, you can actually feel the heat, which is weird because as a tiefling, like, flame doesn't bother you at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it grows uncomfortable, and you hear the giggling, whispered voice of a young girl that only vaguely you remember from a dream.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Evil.
creepy.
Are you doubling
Am
Monty?
As the flame grows wilder and wilder in your hands, you realize that this thing is just not going to stop, and you point it straight into the air, and it flies upwards into this cone of flame that becomes this cylinder that gets wider and wider, and all the trees light up, and the forest, it's just like these stark shadows are being cast directionally, radially from this center point of light. So
Can I have a
I'm
reaction
like
real quick?
calling out. I'm like, I'm sorry guys, I don't know what's happening.
Can I have a reaction?
huge light like that.
Can I have a reaction to this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use thaumaturgy to create a voice that emanates from her. Because I see this, I have no idea what's going on, but I use it as an opportunity to freak the shit out of all these monsters. And then I say, I am the demon of the underworld. All will die before me. Scattered. you unwise fools, or we will devour your flesh, burnt or not.
And Timmit starts running. Just kidding.
And so I do that, because, I don't know, I just don't even want to fight him anymore. I want him to run away.
Alright. So, let's see. The orc that is harried by Timmit and Balo has looks like it wants to flee, but with two, a person right behind it and a person right in front of it, it's kind of stuck. And then the other one, who's suggested by you, sees the flame erupting up from Sorlea's outreached hands and draws an axe and looks like he's preparing to jump at that massive pillar of flame with his axe.
Wait, really? Even with how much the voice that's emanating that says it wants to devour his flesh burnt?
It almost seems like someone told him that he could put out a fire with his axe.
DNDND.
So it looks like you get this sense that he's not thinking with his straight mind still. He is a very stupid creature, and if he was a moth, he would fly straight into that flame.
Well, I don't know, whatever. Maybe he'll jump into it.
Yep. It's actually his turn, and that is exactly what he does.
What? Okay, maybe he'll die.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna get devoured by a demon.
I like the jump off the toadstool there.
Yes, he gets a foothold in that toadstool as it kind of bounces down, and he flings himself up with his axe, just all kind of Conan style, bringing it down in this pillar of flame. And as he hit, it's whoosh, and there's a puff of smoke, and
He's gone.
this kind of ash
Oh my
down.
Yes, I killed two.
I critical failed, but it kind of worked out.
Yeah. Oh man, suggestion is awesome. We're gonna do that more often, guys.
So he's gone from the battlefield, and you now have Balo, who's feeling really embarrassed about that critical fail on that strike. He gets a 13. He lands his hit. He's going to roll, I think it's a d6 plus a d4? No, I think it was... Is it 2d6 plus 1? Or what's his...
What are you hitting him with?
I'm assuming he's using his...
Warhammer?
The axe, the plus 1 axe.
Oh yeah, probably plus 1.
I got a Warhammer here for 1d8 plus 3.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'll do that. 1d8. Okay, so he deals 4 damage to this thing as it has to shift its guard between you and Balo. And he gets advantage on that too. I mean, he doesn't critical, so he still hits. Okay, Tim, it's your turn.
Alright, we're gonna try and hit this guy again.
Okay, go ahead.
The great sword. Alright. So we're gonna roll an 18.
18, you definitely hit. Go ahead, deal damage.
If I got you another blanket,
4,
would you be happy?
3, 7,
It's all about wording.
13, 15 damage.
Okay, with a 15 damage, Timmit, you are going to end the battle. Describe how you take him out.
Alright, this guy, I am kind of fed up with him. I'm going to go ahead and actually, since he probably just got hit in the back, I'm guessing he's probably going to be rearing. And so I'm just going to come right across and just slide his entrail, the belly across, or the sword across his entrails and just spill his guts out all over this tree.
Nice.
A wet, sopping sound falls, his guts, his massive quantity of internal organs spill on the ground as he kind of staggers sideways and slumps awkwardly onto the ground. The after images in all of your eyes from this eruption of flame. You guys are kind of dazed as it's very quiet in the forest. There's no birds. There's no insect sounds. It's just very, very still. You get the sense that if there were any other orcs in this, I don't know, half mile or so, they probably have this big signal fire that would lead them right back to the camp. what are you going to do with the rest of your night? Are you relocating?
Yeah, let's get the F out of here.
But hold on, is the flame still like going, or was I able to stop that?
I would say that after Timmins and Belos, it peters out and stops erupting from your hand, and kind of after image of weird like it doesn't. It's not just like the flame just stops. It almost looks like like the shape of something massive. You know, like the tail end of it, like a talon or the edge of a wing or the edge of a tail.
Good Lord.
Find the edge of this flame as it goes into the night sky and then just slowly dissipates.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, we need to get that thing off of you.
So
I'm gonna loot the bodies.
Well, one of the bodies just isn't there. And the other one has been slowly destroyed.
Remnants of coin, like it would have been a coin, except now it's just melted liquid of silver and gold. For that one, but the other ones, let's see. I do have a great thing about this book. It's like, oh, these guys have this stuff. I don't have to make it up. So, let's see, each same guard, path climbs up, fellow steps, disguise themselves uppermost.
I don't even care about this stuff. I'm out of here. I'm like leaving right now, just so everyone knows.
Okay,
Jack's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Alright, and they each carries a sack of mundane supplies, looted from the countryside, as well as coinage totaling, let's say that's 5 gold pieces a piece. So that's 3, and then liquid gold. If you want to try to grab that.
So hot. No, that's good.
Yeah, we have like 2,300 gold. I don't think we need
you
it.
know, I never keep track of the money, so I'm like, I have no money, but I'm sure there's some somewhere.
But secretly, Jack has all of your money.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm
"No, I got
sure he
it."
does.
Holding it's just stacked with like Gringotts.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, are we gonna move?
I'm trying to buy a ship, okay?
Are we gonna sleep here and just wait for more goblins to show up? Or are we gonna
no,
move?
Let's get out of here. I'm out. Let's go.
So,
Eviana,
but
lead the
like,
way.
sidebar, so this creepy little child that keeps appearing, is that like, because we had that dream episode, but it was like a while ago, so is that like the same creepy thing that I'm like, it was me having that dream or something, and then everyone else was there, and like, now I'm possessed by this creepy child that's messing with me?
So, yeah, with the sidebar, that voice and that visage of that small little child that we had in that kind of
Halloween
a sign episode where
Yeah.
everyone was like high school adventurers
Yeah.
in the graveyard. That is the exact same little girl,
God, I hated that thing.
and it's like a half forgotten memory that like you had this terrible nightmare this one night, and you've not discussed it with anyone else because it was just this random nightmare you guys had, maybe months ago, because it was taken out of context. But
Yeah.
it's weird that your nightmares seem to be haunting you during the day a little bit now. It's like that's not normal. That's a new development.
Yeah.
Rather than
No,
the
that's-
voice in your head
That's
or this
definitely
weird
no. The
dark
voice in my head, like he's familiar, he's fine, but
Yeah.
this thing.
No fun.
No offense, but I'm starting to feel like we need to like devour you in the fire or something. I don't know.
Like do exercise.
I think we're better off putting her in the snow or freezing her.
Yeah,
I
freezing.
know. Yeah, put me in fire. Go ahead.
Yeah, we should.
All right, so let's
God,
let's
why
go.
don't
Just keep going towards the
Yeah.
the top of the mountain, and let's camp closer to the door, or see if we can get inside the mountain, get out of the cold.
Okay.
Do you have to speak
so as you
friend
follow
and
the
hunter?
pathway up, it's kind of like late at night. Eviana, you haven't gone through your meditation. The rest of you have gone a couple hours of sleep, but not much. You make your way up, and one of the things that you notice as the fire kind of died off is that there's this strange smoke coming from the forest off to the right of the path. Yeah, to the right of the path. and the pathway leads up into the mountains. And I need, let's see, who's got survival training?
I mean, we all kind of have a
Does
little
it
bit.
say you're supposed to have survival training?
So I mean, there's survival. There's
It's,
like if
it's
you
one of my
join up-
perks. Survival's one of my perks.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
who else has
that's good,
survival as a perk? I think Eviana might.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
It's your bottom one. So, stealth, sleight of hand, survival.
Mm-hmm. It's +1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's +2, and she's, what are you?
+6.
Hey, she's the most hardcore.
Eviana and Timit, I want you to roll a survival roll.
12.
23.
Okay, so you can tell from looking at this road that this small group of orcs was maybe a scouting party, and that there's a well-worn path of orc footprints going up this path. So if you continue up it, you're going to come into maybe a larger force further up. So if you do want to rest, camp, or like move where you aren't going to be attacked, pathway up won't be the safest one.
Yeah.
It's where the adventure compass map is leading you. Like the compass just says adventure up this path, but also orcs right up that path.
Okay, let's
Certain
long
death.
rest so you can rage later. I say we go off to the side, and we venture, unfortunately, off the path.
Okay.
Take the road less
So
traveled.
you guys scout the area, and you find, let's see, trace path roughly 100 feet per minute. Oh, you're not. So mostly heavily woods block the view of the upslope as you make your way up, making it difficult to ascertain the origin of the smoke that you're seeing. Let's see, I want Eviana to make a survival roll again for the smoke that you saw.
17.
17. So what you determine from seeing that smoke, the stream of smoke, is that it's likely a natural rock chimney, that there isn't like a little hut or something out there, but it's actually a natural phenomenon. And you can tell that from your past visits through places like this.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So let's see. So let's have everyone roll a perception check.
20.
20.
19.
16.
16. Wow, we are all on point.
Okay, you all at the same time identify this fissure in the where this smoke seems to be originating from. So you are now at on the map. I might be a little bee or some little smoke coming off south and a little bit I guess east of the ridge of the mountain, and that's where you're located right now.
I don't see the smoke,
I
but
don't know where we are.
Okay. So basically, the Stonetooth looks kind of like almost like a diamond, and the bottom tip of it points down maybe like an inch or so, and that's the ridge where you're at, and you find this natural chimney where you have smoke
Oh, I see
emanating
it.
from your.
okay. Is there a reason we would head there?
Oh well, I mean, you basically wandered there when you went off the road. And
Oh,
So
okay.
you're at that location now.
Because up the path were the bad guys, and then we wandered over to this steamy hot spot.
Yeah, so it's a warmer area. There's a natural kind of rock chimney where smoke is rising up from the belows of the mountain.
All right,
Oh.
I say let's
Check it out.
do a long rest near that, and then make our way back up in the morning.
Okay.
We don't have to spend every little moment.
Okay.
Get on with
So
it.
Jack finds a rock and begins to look at it and wonders about the geology.
so you guys are at the chimney. Mark that you discovered smoke, natural rain. Searching distance. Okay, so you guys are at that location. It's 7:30 now, so I'm gonna say we're gonna call time on this session.
All right.
But good job, guys. You guys are well on your way to. This is called the Forge of Fury. Is the name of this adventure.
Oh wow!
All right.
I like it. I like it.
I want to forge some fury.
Yeah. Let's get some
Cool.
fury in here.
I got this book called Tales of the Yawning Portal.
Oh no.
But it's 7 adventures that are basically can be woven into other campaigns, other stories, and they have like it's a full book, so it has like the description of characters and gear that they have, and puzzles and traps and like.
Oh, cool!
I like that. Is this adventure kind of based off of something in there?
Yeah. So we're incorporating this Sawtooth whatever mountain into your travels, and typically they would have you like being hired by a rich lord to like clear out these nasty orcs nearby. But because our quest, what puts all of you together is these sound portals. Shen knows of one that exists in this mountain. Sent you all to go like investigate.
Cool.
It makes sense.
I'm digging it.
Yeah. I like it.
We need to get better at killing stuff.
Yeah, I should have spoken in there.
I think Timid agrees with you. He is on board with the killing more stuff.
Yeah, I was hoping the suggestion would just like knock a couple of them out real quick, but oh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like at the very beginning, our fights always went pretty quick, and now we like take forever.
Yeah.
I guess things are harder to kill now.
Yeah.
The things I throw at you are a little bit more deadly because now you have more than 10 hit points, so they can hit for 10, and they can have more than 10 hit points themselves, so they wind up not being taken out easily.
My spells.
Yeah, you actually have a lot of spells that you could cast. Oh yeah.
Some of those out there.
Yeah, you
Guys
came
are
out
really
pinning things
close
to the
to
ground.
level 4 as well, so I would expect any more kind of dungeon delving into this mountain thing coming out on the other side. You'll be 4 or 5 by the time you're done with this little leg.
Oh wow. 4 or 5? You could go up 2?
Yeah, that's this one of the reasons I picked this one out of the book was it said that it's for a party of adventurers who are level 3, and there are 4 or 5 of you. So you guys are at the tail end of 3, and it says by the end of this adventure you can come out with good gameplay at level 5. So I was like, oh, wow. Sounds perfect.
Cool.
Let's do it.
I like it. Yeah.
Shoot.
Good
let's
game.
play tomorrow.
Good gameplay.
Yeah.
We can play tomorrow.
Good gameplay.
Yeah, I don't have anything
Right.
on.
I read that. I'm like, I'm not sure what that means. But I was looking at some of the monsters that are in it, and I'm like, well, I think that means that you don't die. So
Yeah.
you find
need
the
others,
big
though,
monsters and you
'cause
find a
you
way to
are
wipe them
the
out.
most
You're definitely going to get into
scary
the
person
5
I've
range. So
Well, there's a lot of orcs to fight. That sounds like a good warm-up round for Timid.
Yeah.
So those guys
I'm
are
glad
wimps.
that we could do this tonight. This was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
For sure.
I always love
Thanks,
doing
John.
this.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do it tomorrow. I don't know if anybody else can do that.
Yeah.
But
We've enjoyed Claire's artwork in the
yeah,
background.
that's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah,
It's a
thank
background
you
for the
for
forest.
Yeah.
For the forest. Yeah, I got to get better at not knocking everything down as I move things around.
Like weigh
Challenging.
him down.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe get the tack. What's that stuff? The stuff you hang posters with, the blue
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and then you can just like
Yeah.
stick it and like I don't know if that would work, but that could work.
Yeah. Initially I was thinking like metal weights, but you're right. If I just had the little tack, it wouldn't like permanently stick to the board and
Mm-hmm.
way down.
Yeah, but when you lifted it, you'd have to be careful that it doesn't just like bow the whole map and then go everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything comes off.
So yeah, you just have to like let it.
Like the trees and stuff, you could always like tape them down.
Yeah.
Because I don't think trees move typically.
Well,
No.
you cut off
Except when you cut them down, but that's easy. Like take tape off. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Just an option. You get 2 magnets and tape one of
I
them
like that.
Oh,
That's
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so I found some really interesting. Oh, and that put everything in focus. That's great. So, I went to Walmart and then I was looking at this stuff. Claire really likes these little jewels that are in the aquarium section.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like cool and they're clear. They look like the fancy dice, the clear dye almost.
Yeah.
But next to them, there's all this stuff for the aquariums, right? So like, they have these pillars there for like nothing at Walmart. And I was like, oh, that scale-wise is perfect for your characters. It's like little background, pillars.
That's awesome.
Those are good.
Yeah.
I like those. Oh, but if you put magnets on the characters and then underneath the table, you can move them underneath the table, and they'd be
Oh.
like
I like that.
thin